Hi, I'm Todd Dunn from CCTV. During this segment of News You Can Use, we're talking about tourism. Like most communities in Florida, tourism is a big part of what drives our local economy. In Charlotte County, we do what we can to attract tourists to our areas, but it's usually a pretty easy job because of our sunshine and natural resources and the beach. You might notice we're not at the beach, we're at North Charlotte Regional Park. That's because we're talking about sports tourism. Joining us today from the Punta Gorda Englewood Beach Visitors and Convention Bureau is Sports Marketing Manager Sean Doherty.
Hi, Doug.
Tell me about sports tourism. What is it?
Sports tourism is really attracting sporting events into the area, especially during the slow times of the year that help generate a positive economic impact for the economy. So we have an event going on right now. Obviously this is in season, but we really focus a lot of our efforts on trying to bring people in during the slower times of the year, anywhere between May and December really. So it really helps generate an economy that's going to provide more expenditures into the restaurants, hotels, and shops throughout the year.
Sean, what kind of impact does sports tourism have on our economy?
Well, it kind of varies from year to year depending on how many events we have. This past fiscal year we had over $14 million in direct expenditures, and that doesn't include the total economic impact. If you factor in the total economic impact, it would be well over $20 million that the sports to generate, and that also doesn't include the Tampa Bay Rays spring training, which also generates an additional $10 million in direct expenditures and around $16 million of total economic impact.
Wow. So we have baseball, spring training, Snowbird Classic, which is going on here today. What other kind of sports tourism events do we draw?
Quite a few. It really just depends on the facilities the community has, what they can bring in, and if we have the facilities, there's a good chance that we've hosted that type of sport. So for example, right now we also have another NCAA event going on. It's a women's collegiate lacrosse event that has brought in a number of, I think about 35 Division III schools in from all over the Midwest and Northeast. But we also do other youth baseball tournaments, soccer tournaments, softball. We use the event and conference center to host boxing tournaments and gymnastics meets, Charlotte High School for track and field events. So like I said, if we have the facility, we'll be able to host that type of event.
Sean, what kind of facilities do we have that attract sports tourism?
Well, we have a number of facilities, and the county has a lot of parks. We're in one of those right now, and those parks will have baseball fields, soccer fields, and things like that we can definitely utilize because they're maintained at a very high level that we can attract regional, even national type sporting events, but we also have the event and conference center, so we host a lot of indoor events there. Going back to the parks, we have a BMX track in one of our parks that's managed by the local BMX club, but it's in one of our county parks. We also have our natural resources you mentioned before, just the harbor. We use that for a number of regattas that we're involved in helping put on. So it really is a combination. We even use some of the high schools from time to time. We're using them right now for the NCAA lacrosse tournament. We'll be using them down the road here for the Sunshine State games as well. So it's really whatever facilities we have, and we have a number of them here, and we're lucky to have those.
Well, thanks, Sean, for joining us today and giving us an education about sports tourism. For more information about sports tourism or the county in general, visit our website at charlottecountyfl.gov. Reporting for CCTV, I'm Todd Dunn.